Hello and welcome back to Star Trek Starfleet Academy, welcome back to 1997 and welcome back to Mission 18. I believe this is Endgame and I believe this closes off the current story arc, so why don't we hit continue and see what's going on?
All things must end, cadet, and it seems the Sun Serpent has awakened from its sleep like the legendary Phoenix, rising from the ashes. The good people of Thaxius 1 and Thaxius 2 cannot be evacuated in time, and there is only a few more days until the sun goes nova. Your mission, simply enough, is to find a solution to their problem. Ah yes, one more thing. Admiral Koenig has returned, as well as a Klingon ambassador, one whom you have met before. And now, all the components have been laid before you. Just lift up the last Matrushka top, and you will see the final doll before you. Or will you?
Captain's log. Stardate 4347.6. I feel we're nearing the end, one way or the other. We must figure out how to stop this sun creature while trying to capture Captain Horn. I also have the feeling that we're going to need all the luck we can get.
Well, this has been interesting so far. Romulans and Klingons working together.
As if it would ever happen in real life.
It could happen.
Captain, we're being hailed by Admiral Koenig.
On screen.
I have news regarding the Romulan you encountered earlier.
Go ahead.
They are known as the Vashar, a group dedicated to taking over the Romulan Empire. They think the Amplifier will help them in their cause.
Amplifier?
Yes, an alien artifact that triples the power of a standard photon torpedo. It was the prototype for our plasma torpedoes.
And what does the Praetor plan to do with the artifact?
My only duty is to stop the Vashar and retrieve the Amplifier.
How can we trust you with the Amplifier? How do we know the Empire won't use it against the Federation? We'll help you all we can.
I think when it comes to Romulans, we've got to be open and honest, so we're just going to help her.
We'll help you all we can.
Maybe we will prevent this war.
Captain, we're being hailed by the Klingons.
Let's hail the Klingons. Decret.
Magia, hail the Klingon.
Aye, sir.
This is Captain Forrester of the USS Ranger. You wish to speak with me?
Captain Forrester, I am Decret of the Takei clan. You have not forgotten me, I assume. I have information you need.
Well, what is it? It is an honor to meet you again, sir. What is your information? You'd better remember what I did for you, Decret.
Right, well we're dealing with Klingons, so let's use the honor card.
It is an honor to meet you again, sir. What is your information?
Stupidity is not a trait limited solely to human. The Klingons you met earlier were trying to buy the Romulan Amplifier to advance their power in the Empire.
You know about that?
Of course the Klingon Empire knows about the Amplifier.
I didn't mean that. I was just surprised that the Federation didn't know that you knew. I'm just surprised the Klingons have that kind of information.
Let's play a little bit dumb here.
I didn't mean that. I was just surprised that the Federation didn't know that you knew.
Understandable. So, what do you intend to do with this Klingon Vech?
We'll try to capture them if possible, and send them back to the Empire for a trial. If they attack, I will destroy them.
These are two fairly strong options for dealing with Klingons, but when honor is on the line, I think a trial is much more scary.
We'll try to capture them if possible, and send them back to the Empire for a trial.
That's the spirit, Forrester. I have information that those worthless Quahone plan to buy the artifacts in a system called Thaxius.
Interesting.
What was that?
Nothing. I'd be honored if you would accompany us.
A Klingon does not shrink from dealing out punishment, nor do they shrink from their debts.
Course laid in, Captain.
Right, let's go to damage control and do what we normally do. Lock the shields up and take warp all the way down, lock that off, go to tractor beam all the way down and lock that off. We are going to need the tractor beam before long anyway, but we may also get into combat, so let's pop all that up. And we also have right here the Excelsior class. Wait, what? Yes, the Excelsior class. We hit F2. There she is. Wait a minute, I've seen that ship before. Yeah, that's Sulu's ship. The NX-2000? NCC-2000. Yeah, so that's the Excelsior. It's looking a little stretched here because, well, we're having to go from 4:3 to widescreen using a graphics mod. I think she was even stretched in the base game anyway, but this is a beautiful ship, and if I could serve on any of them, or if I could captain any of them, it's got to be the Excelsior. I mean, the Constitution class is fine, the Enterprise is fine, and I do have a soft spot for the Miranda class and the Berth class, but yeah, Excelsior all the way, and also really nice Chinaware as well. Anyway, let's go to warp.
Captain, I'm picking up a Romulan heavy cruiser and a Klingon D7. Each are heading for the asteroid belt.
Those must be the rebels that Ducret and Tenek were talking about.
I'm also picking up another smaller ship heading from the first planet toward the asteroid belt. It's the Raven.
It's up to you, Captain.
Let's engage the rebels. Hail both Ducret and Tenek and tell them to keep the rebels busy. We'll go after Horn.
We may as well hail our allies and get them to take out the bad guys, and then see if we can take on Margaret Horn.
Let's engage the rebels.
Yep, that's a side effect from the graphics mod there with the old mouse cursor. Anyway, let's go with this one.
Hail both Ducret and Tenek and tell them to keep the rebels busy. We'll go after Horn.
Both Ducret and Admiral Tenek have agreed to engage the enemy.
Then let's go get Horn.
Course laid in, Captain.
Right, Sun Creature again. AR, go to Red Alerts, and let's go to Warp. Oh, the other thing is, we have tons of photon torpedoes and tons of phaser banks. That's really cool. Let's go to Warp. Alright, those guys are busy.
A Romulan heavy cruiser is decloaking, Captain.
We're going to have to find that Romulan heavy cruiser because they are coming up on us. Right, let's speed up. We're going to have to take this person out. We don't have our allies to help with this one.
Starboard shields have been hit. Portside shields have been hit. Portside shields down to 50%. Forward shields down to 50%.
And they've cloaked. That's a huge problem. Which means we're just going to have to drive around in a bit of a circle. Let's see. Where are you? Just hit them hard and turn.
Shields are critical, sir.
Okay. Then we're right on top of them.
Forward shields online. Portside shields repaired.
Up. And then just hammer them. What? Yeah, I know it's a little bit tricky because then you're having to use the number pad on the keyboard. Slow down a little bit.
Shield system is damaged, Captain. Repair crews are working on it. Forward shields online.
Right. And let's go closer to the sun. Let's go a Y. Yellow alert instead, because I don't want to blow up the Raven. Right, I think we might need to just hail the Raven, in fact. Let's do this. Let's go back here, H, and then 5?
I'll say this, Forrester. You are persistent.
Captain Horn, I suggest you surrender the amplifier. You have nowhere to run at this point.
Sadly, you're right. Look, Captain, I'd just like a chance to defend myself. Is that too much to ask?
No.
I was the one who released the Sun Serpent in a mining accident in our very own asteroid belt.
Then you were the one responsible for all this.
Very observant. I'm also the only one who knows how to stop that thing. It's photon torpedoes, and with the Romulan artifact, I can kill it with one shot.
But your ship isn't made for torpedoes. Won't that destroy your ship?
It's either that or let millions of people die. I've already evacuated my crew. I'm willing to make that sacrifice alone.
Why, Maggie?
I'm asking you to do what's right, Captain. Let me destroy the creature. Let me make up for everything I've done.
You're right. I'll let you do it. I'm sorry, but I can't let you do that. Much more is at stake here than the people of Thaxius. I'm gonna beam you aboard.
Well, we have two interesting options. I think the most Starfleet one is to try and save the creature rather than just blow it up.
I'm sorry, but I can't let you do that. Much more is at stake here than the people of Thaxius. I'm gonna beam you aboard.
I'm sorry you feel this way.
Captain, I'm getting an unusual energy reading from the Raven. It appears she's going to fire the torpedo.
Robin, get her out of there now!
Right, so we need to speed up and get close. Oh, but not that close. Let's not ram her ship.
Robin, did you beam her on board? She can't fire the torpedo if she's not on board.
We got her, Captain. Security has already taken her to a holding cell.
Great. Now, what do we do about the sun creature?
Right, it's come to a stop. Track to the Raven. Turn. What? No, there's a problem. No, please. And then just boogie, bounce, and go fast. Let's go as fast as we possibly can away from here. This may or may not trigger. Okay, we're being fired at, so now I think we need to get out of here.
The creature is veering off, Captain. It appears to have lost interest in the sun.
So we did it.
Mission objective complete.
Course laid in, Captain.
Right, so one of the big problems with this mission is the creature may not go hostile at that point, so you just have to kind of fly back towards the sun until the creature goes hostile and attacks the Raven. Now we've done that, we can come to a full stop and then just release the Raven from the tractor beam. So the Raven is here, she's fine. Tractor beam is now off. We're going to have a load of stuff all over the screen, unfortunately, but we can just turn in any direction, speed up, and then fly away. Good. I think what we can now do is go to warp. Excellent. And at this point, we should be able to just hail the starbase.
Hailing frequency open.
Mission accomplished, Starfleet.
Congratulations, Cadet. Not only did you capture Captain Horn, recover the amplifier, stop a war between the Federation and Romulus, and save the lives of the people of Thaxius 1, you also found the last Matrushka doll. Congratulations, Captain. You should also be proud that you were able to convince the Klingon to accompany you. Klingons are a stubborn lot, but generally very good to not have as enemies.
Cadet's personal log. I'm afraid I haven't seen much of the crew lately. There just aren't enough hours in the day for studying and practicing in the simulator and helping Stir complete the McClanty simulation.
This week, I think I'll put extra hours into training. This week, I think I'll work on the McClanty project. Ooh, let's do more on the McClanty project and really get that story arc finished.
This week, I think I'll work on the McClanty project.
Look, this is not just random molecular crystallization.
So we can simulate the rest of this matrix to figure out how it works. I don't know if I'm good enough to do that.
I know you are.
I guess we'll see.
Excellent. So we closed off one of the narrative arcs in the simulator itself. Let's just look at the crew. What do we got? Captain Forrester 99%, Sturrock 97%, Brady 87, Corin 91, 87 and 91 for Adkin and McGear. I think we're doing quite well. I think we should be on course for getting the extra mission, because if you just complete the game and just play through it and get to the last mission, that's fine. But there is a secret hidden extra mission if you do super well and make all the right choices, and that's the one we're going for. Anyway, if you like this, definitely leave a little like, leave a subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. If you want notifications, dingle the bingle. If you don't want notifications, don't click the bell, and I'll tell you what, I'll catch you next time.